Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to continuing coverage from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 with Dr. Robert Baric from Concussion 911, mybraindoctor.com. Obviously, you know what we're talking about here.
Absolutely. Yeah, so ex-NFL player, he played several years. He has come into one of my offices, and I saw how much he struggled in his brain. And that was one of the things that really started me on the acute concussion mode. So it's taken 5 years, but we've developed an acute concussion first aid kit. You can't stay in the dark anymore. And many of these players, if we all know, they've had hundreds of concussions.
Yeah.
They can't get another one. So it's primarily designed for that acute, it's a first aid pack for the brain, it's a fire extinguisher for the brain. So as quick as they get it, any type of head injury, and of course they're no longer in sport, but that could be in an auto accident, that could be at home, that could be in their garage. We want to protect their brain because their brains have been so beat up already, it can't take another one.
So what is the first aid kit? What do you mean when you say that?
So 3 things fail in the brain. The brain weighs 1% of your body, consumes 25% of your calories. Number 2, the drains in the brain, the lymphatics fail. And number 3, we get swelling inside the brain. A little bit, not like dangerous hospital subdural hematoma. It's a consumable natural product that they take during that critical window.
Like within the first hour?
Correct.
Yeah.
Within 30 minutes, cellular death starts to occur. So, and again, that could be something as a football on the field, or it could be an auto accident, it could be in your garage, it could be anything. But as concussions are cumulative, TBI is not traumatic brain injury, it's traumatic body injury, because the brain controls everything. And all these systems start failing rapidly, but no one connects it back to it.
So this stops what's happening?
Correct. It assists the brain in its recovery.
Yeah.
Because the brain runs out of energy. And what happens? I can't go on screens, I can't process, I can't function. We're able to, exogenous ketones are there, so it kicks the brain into ketosis, and at the same time keeping the drain, so the brain's able to detoxify through the lymphatics at the accelerated rate that it needs to, and it reduces natural inflammation.
You mentioned earlier, you said stay out of the dark, which has been one of the treatments of initially when people got concussions, they went into a dark room and turned off lights. What did you mean when you were saying that?
Okay, so imagine you had a heart attack. Go in the dark and stay there for 2 days. No, that's crazy. We got to treat the brain like every other organ as rapidly and quickly as possible. What's happening in that case is the brain can't process all the data it's trying to do. It can't read, it can't focus. So it runs out of energy. It's running on safe mode. It's running on a much lower glucose level. It doesn't have the energy. And the little bit energy it has is trying to heal. So that's why you want to take the load off of the brain by getting in that dark. Well, heck, we can support all those systems through energy, through outside forms during that critical window.
Yep. What do you say to parents who have kids that are participating in sports, contact sports, and concussions are part of that? How do they kind of work with what you're talking about with their children?
And that is the biggest draw that's been. It's the moms of the world that we see at 2 a.m. on websites. And they're saying, oh heck, my kid's got a head bump, I have a risk. I want to have the best natural, safe thing that I can provide. I mean, what's the worst thing as a parent? Feeling helpless. Your child's injured, right? Your heart sinks. As children that have had head injuries, your heart sinks. They're buying this product and basically keeping it there. It's like their first aid kit, it's their fire extinguisher. You never want to use it, but when your kid gets a head bump on a soccer field, you can give them something. It's a 14-day cycle when the brain is healing.
Yeah.
But you need that critical window as quick as possible.
Last thing, I want to ask you about what the NFL has done and what you've seen. Guardian caps are part of in play now, not just in practice. They've taken a lot of the contact out of the sport. What have you seen as the NFL tries to navigate what is a serious issue for their sport?
Okay, the NFL, we can't go back in time. We're at where we're at now. They're proactively looking to try to reduce trauma. But how many times, again, in every week, oh, he's out with a concussion, he has to go into the blue tent, right? And maybe he doesning have a, quote, concussion, but he has a head bump.
Yes.
People have told me that linemen get 40 low-grade head injuries a game. Bumping heads. Yeah, maybe they're not throwing up, but concussions are cumulative. The NFL is taking a much more proactive approach, but it's still, they're trying to reduce the risk, but they're still playing the game.
Yeah.
The field is hard, helmets are hard, knees are hard, elbows are hard.
Yeah.
So again, it's great that they're taking steps, but only like 15% of concussions occur on sport. So it's the other 85% of life. It's you are in your garage. It's you fall on ice. It's your kids are playing around and they bump heads. I mean, we all know that's happened, but each one, it's cumulative, it adds. And the goal is from the football players, I want them to be able to recognize their grandkids when they're 50, 60, and 70.
Yeah.
The football is over. They're retired now, but they can't get the next one. I can't go back in time, but they can't get the next one. You need the fire extinguisher now, and so when, heaven forbid, you have a fire, you can rapidly take it to protect what you have.
Dr. Robert Baric, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.